With the retirement of the Sedin twins and an influx of young talent on the way, the Vancouver Canucks will looking to the future during the 2018-19 season. But, as the franchise celebrates its 50th anniversary, they'll also be looking back. To that end, the Canucks announced this week that they'll be sporting a throwback third jersey for select games this year. But no franchise has worn as many wildly different looks as the Canucks, so you might be wondering, which sweater are they bringing back? Why, that's up to you. The club has presented 3 options on its website: the infamous Flying V, introduced in 1978 and mocked endlessly ever since, to the point where its famously unsightly nature has rendered it an accidental classic; the Flying Skate, worn by the Canucks legends Pavel and Trevor Linden, as well as the rest of the 1994 team that came within one game of a Stanley Cup win; or the original Orca, worn on the navy blue and maroon sweaters of the West Coast Express-era Canucks. There are pros and cons for each. Let's explore them. The Flying VPRO. This is an iconic sweater. While few have ever claimed it's an aesthetically pleasing choice, it's definitely unique, and there's something about its ugliness that feels true to the franchise that's about to celebrate a completely cupless half-century of operation. Never mind that the V stands for victory. Over the 7 years the Canucks sported the sweater, they didn't do much winning. Canucks hockey has been a historically ugly thing. Why not lean into it and honor the franchise's long history of bad decisions, such as the time they hired Trevor Linden as president, or the time they thought these sweaters were a good idea? Con: it's so ugly. That's an objective fact. Never mind how good Brock Boeser looks in it, in this mock-up from Reddit's S7 Design. Brock Boeser looks good in everything. The rest of the team will look silly. The Flying Skate Pro: I always preferred the red piping of this era to the orange of the era prior. Come to think of it, I think I preferred everything about this era, and I suspect I'm not alone. If the goal here is to evoke a time everyone remembers fondly, then the Flying Skate jersey is the only choice. Never mind that the 2010-11 Canucks were the best team the Canucks have ever assembled, the most likable, and the group that's come to define these Canucks remains the 1994 club. Maybe that will change with time, as the pain of the 2011 collapse subsides, but for right now, nothing fills Canucks fans with the warm and fuzzies quite like the Flying Skate. So this is my vote. And look at how good Troy Stecher looks in this S7 Design mock-up. Con: it's not a very good look either. No offense to those that feel strongly about it, but one assumes the love for the Flying Skate has more to do with the era it evokes than the design itself. After all, Canucks fans were mocked mercilessly for the logo during its use, with many claiming it looked more like a plate of spaghetti than a skate tilted slightly downward. And should these Canucks, already mocked for their struggles during the ongoing rebuild, really be bringing back a logo that suggests the franchise is going downhill fast? The original Orca Pro: it's not black, for one thing. Both the Flying Skate and V would be predominantly black jerseys, and after a generation of Canucks blue and green, I'm comfortable admitting I enjoy a more colorful Canucks look these days. Enough sports teams wear black already. At least the navy blue and maroon color scheme is something different. Con: it's the ugliest one, though. Plus, in effect this is the jersey the Canucks wear now, but in a much worse color scheme. I prefer it to a black sweater, but still, the navy blue and maroon kit has never been a good one. Beyond that, one wonders why the Canucks would don a throwback from such a recent era, not to mention one with such a similar logo. If you're going to go retro, you should go a little further back than just a few short years ago. At least bring back something we've had time to miss. Finally, let's be fair, they're all ugly. As we enter another round of debate over which look is the Canucks' best, it's worth remembering that they've all been severely flawed. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but if voting for a completely new design was an option, I'd have gone with that. The Canucks have never had a good look in their history. Perhaps it's time to take another crack at it. Mooney@postmedia.com. Follow at Harrison Mooney. Click here to report a typo. Is there more to this story? We'd like to hear from you about this or any other stories you think we should know about. Email vantips@postmedia.com.